पहला क्वेश्चन है, which specific part of the angiosperm pistil functions as the landing platform for incoming pollen grains during the process of pollination? The options are और करेक्ट आंसर है स्टिग्मा. स्टिग्मा act as the receptive surface या फिर landing platform for pollen grains while style connects it to the ovary. Question 2. In a typical anatropous ovule, the junction where the body of the ovule fuses with the funicle is known as dash. The options are and the correct answer is option C, hilum. Hilum represents the scar or the point of attachment where the funicle joins the main body of the ovule. Question 3. The process of forming megaspores from the megaspore mother cell in the nucellus is scientifically referred to as which of the following? The options are the correct answer is megasporogenesis. Megasporogenesis is the meiotic formation of megaspores from the diploid megaspore mother cell within the ovule. Question 4. Which structure in the embryo sac guides the entry of pollen tube into one of the two synergy during fertilization? The options are the correct answer is filiform apparatus. It consists of special cellular thickenings at the synergic tip that guide the pollen tube entry. Question 5. In a matured typical angiosperm embryo sac, what is the exact numerical count of nuclei and cells present respectively? The options are the correct answer is option C, 8 nuclei and 7 cells. A mature embryo sac contains 8 nucleus but only 7 cells due to the central cells which contain 2 polar nuclei. Question 6. What is the primary genetic consequence of self-pollination repeated over several generations in hermaphrodite flowering plants? The options are and the correct answer is option D, inbreeding depression. When the continued self-pollination occurs, it leads to accumulation of deleterious recessive alleles. This results in inbreeding depression. Question 7. Which specific condition prevents both autogamy and geitonogamy by ensuring that male and female flowers are born on separate plants? The options are the correct answer is option B, diocy. Diocy is a reproductive strategy where individual plants are either staminate or pistillate, which prevents the self-pollination. Question number 8. In the process of artificial hybridization, what is the specific purpose of removing anthers from the bisexual bud? The options are the correct answer is option C, emasculation. Emasculation is the selective removal of the anther from a bisexual flower to prevent self-pollination before the cross-pollination takes place. Question 9. What is the ploidy level of primary endosperm nucleus, also called as PEN, formed after triple fusion in the central cell? The options are the correct answer is option B, triploid. PEN results from the fusion of one male gamete with 2 polar nuclei which is present inside the central cell. This results in formation of a triploid structure. Question 10. Which plant is historically noted to produce seeds without fertilization, a phenomena known as apomixis in specific species? The options are and the correct answer is option C, Asteraceae. Apomixis is predominantly found in the Asteraceae family and some grasses as a mechanism to produce seeds without fertilization. अभी तक हमने 10 क्वेश्चन कर लिए हैं. आप कमेंट करके बताइएगा 10 में से आपके कितने क्वेश्चंस सही बने हैं. अगर आपको ऐसे ही क्विज और चाहिए तो आप कमेंट करके ये भी बताएंगे कि अगला टॉपिक जो है वो आप कौन सा चाहेंगे क्विज पे. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. What term is used to describe the persistent nucleus found in the mature seed of species like black pepper or beet? The options are the करेक्ट आंसर है डी, पेरिस्पर्म. Perisperm is a remnant of nucellus that remains persistent in certain seeds instead of being completely consumed. Question 12. What is the nature of development of the female gametophyte from a single functional megaspore known as? The options are option B is the correct answer, monosporic development. It refers to the process where only one megaspore out of the tetrad becomes functional and forms the embryo sac. Question 13. What is the function of protective integuments in an ovule before the development of the seed? The options are and the correct answer is option D, protection. Integuments provide physical protection for the nucellus and the developing embryo sac within the ovule. Question 14. Which part of the monopod embryo is characterized by an undifferentiated sheath covering the radicle and root cap? The options are the correct answer is coloryza. The coloryza is a protective sheath covering the radicle and the root cap in embryo of monocotyledons like grasses. Question 15. What is the primary characteristic of clistogamous flowers regarding their pollination mechanism compared to the chasmogamous flowers? The options are the correct answer is option B, they never open. Clistogamous flowers never open, ensuring that the self-pollination is only the possible method, thus guaranteeing seed sets. Question 16. In apple and strawberry, the fruit is termed false because it primarily develops from which non-ovarian part? The options are the correct answer is option D, thalamus. False fruits are those fruits where the thalamus contributes to the fruit formation rather than just the ovary. Question 17. What happens to the ovary wall after fertilization in a typical angiosperm as the ovules transforms into seed? The options are the correct answer is it becomes pericarp. After fertilization, the ovary wall matures into the fruit wall, which is technically termed pericarp, and the whole ovary turns into the fruit. Question 18. Which cell in a mature embryo sac is responsible for producing the zygote after fusion with one of the male gametes? The options are and the correct answer is option C, egg cell. Syngamy involves the fusion of egg cell with one male gamete to produce the diploid zygote. Question 19. How are the pollen grains protected against chemical degradation in nature due to the presence of sporopollen? The options are the correct answer is B, resistance to acid. Sporopollen is highly resistant to extreme temperature, strong acid and alkali, protecting the pollen grain exile. Question 20. What is the biological term for phenomena where more than one embryo develops within a single cell? The options are and the correct answer is option A, polyembryony. Polyembryony refers to the presence of multiple embryos in a single seed as seen in the species of citrus. So that is it guys. मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ आपको 20 में से 20 नंबर मिले होंगे. अगर आपके नंबर 15 से 20 के बीच में है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. 10 से 15 के बीच में है तो एक बार आप रिवाइज कर सकते हैं, और अगर आपके नंबर 10 से कम आ रहे हैं तो आपको ये टॉपिक फिर से पढ़ना पड़ेगा. मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में.